Everyone, I'm going to show you in this video how we can use some additional tools to help us create the text as image project. So I have just a few things on standby, and will start off with the new material, and then I can do a quick review. So the new features actually involve the type tool, and if I just pull this off here, the two I'm going to highlight in this video will be this one, the area shape tool, and the type on a path tool. So the way this works is you need a path first off. So suppose you had a wavy line like I'm making here. And of course, you can see the fill is on and the stroke is not. That's why it's trying to fill it. Anyway, I'm going to hold down Option. And now that I am no longer having it follow my mouse, I'm going to select the line and I'll just switch it. And so that's just a pure path. And that's what we want to work with. My advice would be anytime you make your path, just make a duplicate and put it in your workspace, because sometimes once you're done using the path, if you do it incorrectly, it becomes invisible, especially if you get rid of the type. And you can find it again. I just find it difficult. That's why I always like having a standby just ready, and I can duplicate that if I need to. Anyway, the way this works is you've got to just click with this tool on, and it will just give you text that follows and conforms to the path. So if I were to write anything, you're going to notice that as soon as you reach the end, there is this really small little plus sign that shows up there. That's just telling you that there's more to the text. It will not print, so don't worry about that. But I just wanted you to know what that means. Okay, so the other little thing here, quickly, let's do another one. This time I'm going to make sure that it's just a path. And you can do zigzags too. It doesn't have to be always a curvy path. Anyway, let's say you went on this side and I start to type. You see, so it helps if you start on the left. So keep that in mind. The other thing, it relates to ellipses. So if we took a different shape, let's say we took an ellipse and we just made a circle like so, and like I said, I'm going to get one on standby, so I'm just holding down Option and dragging. Okay, so if I take this tool and then I click right on the edge, you can see what's happening there, and I can just start to type, and it can be a sentence, a poem, or in this case just random bits of type. But suppose I wanted to flip this so that this text is on the inside. So the way this can be done, I might not need this, let's find out, is you switch it to the direct select tool right here. And you see there's two sets of I-beams. There's one up here which gets our attention, but this is the one you want to use, this little guy. Take this, pull it down, and now you can have the type coming on the inside of the circle. I found that to be useful. A lot of students kind of wonder how that can be done. Okay, so you might have noticed, that's good too. Yeah, you can also alter the path once it's created. A little extra thing I didn't anticipate showing you there. Okay, put that off to the side. You might have noticed this incredible looking vase here. Just kidding, it's not that good. Anyway, we're going to, you can make what's called a concrete poem. This is where you can actually put type inside a shape. And so the way this is done is you take this one, the area type tool, and you can just click right in there. And of course the type here is very large, because for when you go to character here, and that tells you your size, you can bump this number down so you can make this a lot smaller. Yep. And now if I start to type, and you're going to notice that as I type and hit the space bar, ultimately what's happening is the type will conform to the shape of the silhouette. So that's all that's going on there. But again, I didn't do it this time, but you should make a duplicate. Anyway, if this had been composed of smaller little breaks, we would have had a continuation of the type here as well. But ultimately, it can conform to a shape that you make, which is kind of great. Okay, now let's take a look at what I have here. This is a little bit of a review. By going to View and Outline, you can see these are pure black. What does that tell you? You should think, oh, it means that these haven't been expanded. And that's true. So just to review, go to Object, always expand expand a bunch of your items, because when you do this, you kind of have access to more flexibility. You can do more. Now you can manipulate anchor points, so on and so forth. But this part of the video is the review, but it also is worth repeating because you can use this info for this project going forward. So let's take what we have here. We're going to take this. By the way, if you want any of these extra features, these extra special characters, you can access them by going to, let me go to the keyboard viewer here. Here it is. And you're going to notice that if you hold down the Option key, you can see all these extra characters that are kind of hidden. A lot of people don't know of them. So be aware. So for instance, if you said, hey, I'd like to use what do we have here? Looks like a combination of an E and an A and an E. You can access that. So I'll just close this. And while we're on the topic, let's get that option. And I believe it was this one. No, I'm wrong. Well, in the interest of time, we're going to, let's see. Oh, here we go. Let's see. That's it. Yep. Okay, I was going to say, I was just going to abort mission. But anyway, we're going to stick to it. And again, same thing, object, expand. Okay, so suppose you want to use this. What are the 3 ways you can use this in a brush? Scatter, art, and pattern brush. So scatter brush is the one, let's just choose OK there, where whatever path you have, let's use the brush, and if I just make a wavy line like so, this now will follow that, that path. Remember, you can always double click and change things like the size, the rotation, and even the spacing can be altered. So I just changed those. It will always ask you, do you want to apply it to the strokes you made? I'm going to choose yes, and now you can see that took hold. Okay. The other one, let's get this one here. I'm going to take this, put this in the mix, and what do we have? Let's go with Art Brush. Sure. Okay, Art Brush. Art Brush is the one where you have to determine the orientation of your text. So left, right, up, or down. I'm going to go with up, and yeah, I'll do that. I'm going to choose OK. And then I'm going to take the brush tool, and now when I make a line with the brush tool, you can see what's happening. It's conforming to the path. And if I made a very wavy line, then that piece of text would also be very shaky and wavy. So this is sort of a fun one. Remember though, with this particular lesson, you want to make it so that the legibility of your fonts is a priority. So you can do some distorting, but don't go so crazy to the point where it just starts to look like it's not even a font anymore. Anyway, and the last one in this collection is the pattern tool. So the way this one works is you would take another letter. This one is not as exciting, a little more commonplace. We're going to switch it to pattern brush, choose OK. And what do you have here? Well, it's showing you, you might recall in the class I showed you that great image that a student made of little tribute to Gutenberg, and they made a frame, except they used exclamation points. So in my case, I'm going to have it be done with lowercase e's. So I'm going to choose OK, and all this means is now if I take any pre-made geometric shape here, let's say the rectangle tool, and I pull this down like so, so you have the tool, but we're going to switch it to a stroke. Okay. Now if I apply this, aha, there you have it. Now you have a nice frame, and you could effectively frame your artwork with another series of bits of type. Okay, so there you have a little review, new material as well, and just ask me questions if you would like to kind of get this to be under your control, if there's still something that's a little mysterious about it, but that quick review should about do it. Okay, see you in class. Bye.